Hey guys, this is What If Deku Was Cheated On, Part 1. I came up with this idea. I think you guys are going to like it. It's not going to be like the other ones, how he gets cheated on per se. He still will get cheated on, but not particularly in the way that you think. So, we're going to start off in their second year of UA. Deku is sitting in his room, crying. And we're going to time skip back 3 months during summer vacation. Deku asked Ochako out at the end of the school year. And their summer vacation is 3 months long. So they were hanging out for about a month. And then Deku started seeing some changes in Uraraka. So he hired a private investigator to follow her around and make sure nothing bad was happening or that she wasn't cheating on him. So that's what happened. He found out the one thing that he didn't want to know. That Ochako was cheating on him. But with who, you might ask? Katsuki Bakugo. That's kind of like meta for What If Deku Was Cheated On. It's always Ida, Bakugo, or Todoroki. Always. So, we're gonna go back to Deku. And he's seeing all the photos and everything. And he's getting mad. Really mad. And red kind of looking liquid starts pouring out of his body and engulfing him. And then suddenly he manifests a tail. And this is when he loses control and awakens his true quirk. Now, the devastation is starting to happen, but nobody realizes it yet. All they can hear is crying and screaming. So, Deku is in his room right now, so nobody's thinking too much of it. So, Deku's wrecking his room right now. And his tails have already progressed to 3 tails. 3 red tails. And it just blew off his door. Now this is when people start to get concerned. And whenever he comes out of the room, he has 4 tails. And he looks like this. And he's going on a rampage. Going through everybody. Trying to get out. But then he just stops. Nobody knows why. And teachers are trying to tackle him to the ground and hold down the tails. But then another one grows. And then another one. And then bones start coming and forming up around him. He has now entered his 6 tails mode. Now this is when Uraraka and Bakugo come out. Because they were hanging out, doing whatever. It doesn't really matter. And this is when Deku sees them. Whenever he sees them, he opens his mouth. And from the feel that Uraraka's getting in Bakugo, they know who this is now. This is Deku. Everybody else knew, except the teachers, because they heard screaming and then his door burst off the hinges, and they didn't see him in there. Everything was broken except the glass. So they knew that it was Deku, but Uraraka and Bakugo only now know that it's Deku, and whenever they're too late to notice it, they see red and blue particles gathering up in his mouth, or right outside his mouth. Now, whenever he grabs it with his mouth and eats it, his cheeks puff up. And he fires a big beam. And it goes right. Like Ochako and Bakugo are lucky enough to dodge it because Bakugo grabbed Ochako and used an explosion to get out of the way. Now, Deku, he's losing more control, and he's tearing up, and everybody can see that he's in a great deal of pain. So this is when Aizawa comes in. He erases Deku's quirk, and right as that happens, Deku was just about to perform another tailed beast bomb, but on a different scale. The scale of a raw tailed beast bomb. Not with the suppressed power in a beam, but a full-powered, six-tailed beast bomb. Now, everybody is getting scared. So Aizawa tries to wrap him up. That doesn't work. So Aizawa cancels out Deku's quirk. And right as that happens, the tailed beast bomb goes away. And Deku just collapses. And keep this in mind. All Might, Midnight, President Mike, everybody in the school, or all the teachers in the school, all the pro heroes in the school, or around the school at that time. Because he demolished a good portion of the boys' dorm. So they're investigating what happened. Maybe somebody used their quirk on him. Maybe he awakened his quirk. All Might's thinking maybe he got a quirk from One For All. Now, it's not going to be one of those stories, because All Might still believes in his successor. Deku was just like him. And he knows Nana would have probably chose him if she had the choice. So now, whenever All Might and Aizawa are going through all the rubble, they find a few pictures. And All Might and Aizawa, they know that Deku's been dating Uraraka. So whenever they see the pictures of Bakugo and Uraraka, going on dates and kissing and hugging, they realize what happened. Because they put two and two together that Deku's quirk awakened, but they didn't realize why until they saw this. And they thought that he must have gone on a rampage after seeing these photos. So that's what their conclusion went to. So, whenever they confront Bakugo and Uraraka about these, both Bakugo and Uraraka deny it and say that her and Deku were never dating. So, whenever they deny it, they go to Deku about this. Whenever Deku reveals that he hired a private investigator because Uraraka had been acting weird, they realize that they'd been lied to. And sorry. So they go and confront Bakugo and Uraraka again. And Bakugo and Uraraka keep saying, no, we didn't do that, until they whip out the photos. And then they say, okay, me and Deku were never dating, but me and Bakugo were. He must have been stalking me. And remember, they have the paycheck, or not the paycheck, but the receipt for the private investigator and all that, because they did that. Any proof that, because anybody in this world, if you see this and you have a quirk based on rage, so if you get super mad, you might be considered a villain. And not a lot of people want that. So they're going to give you receipts to know, like, this is why you went on your rampage, if you did. And yeah, it just works like that, because that's how I think it would work in the world of quirks. So, Deku, he's all clear, and they realize, wait a minute, Deku was getting his quirk. And they're going to call it, well, they don't know what to call it yet. They could call it Nine Tails. They could call it the Red Tail. They could call it Rage Mode. They could call it whatever they feel like. Anything that's involving rage could fit this name. So. And remember, Deku still has one for all. Because All Might's not going to take it away. Because All Might's not a complete asshole in this. So yeah. So Deku's hanging out. And Uraraka and Bakugo, they've been hated by the whole class because they know what Uraraka did. Even Todoroki is still feeling like that's just not right to do. Like, that's not something you do. So yeah. Now, how do I want to go with this? Let's say, I don't know. Comment what you guys want me to make the ship. I'll do anything for this one. I will do anything. Like, the first one that I see gets it. So, anything that you want. I don't care if it's even someone that... I don't even care... Well, I do care if it's an original character. Don't do that. I can try and import somebody from another anime, but I gotta go. Bye.